All right, y'all. So I'm Shad Harris, and normally this is something that I would do for Instagram. I've done it a couple times, breaking down the rollouts of Chloe Bailey to Andrew Schultz to Kev on Stage to Kevin Samuels and everybody in between. But for this one, I kind of want to do something different. I want to break down the rollout of Beyonce's new album, Renaissance. So, as you guys know, I'm a fan of marketing, I'm a fan of psychology, right? So, I kind of just want to go through the levels of the rollout that she put out and really just kind of, I have some notes for it, but really just kind of go through and dissect why she did each one of these things. So, I feel like I should give a little backstory, but everybody knows Beyonce. Hopefully the Beehive doesn't come after me for this. I mean, they shouldn't come after me. I'm about to just say all great things.
As the Suffolk chapter president of the Beehive, I've been asked to release this statement about the Renaissance album. Where should I start?
But Beyonce's been pretty much head and shoulders the best artist of our generation for the last 15 years. She puts out crazy albums. And if we're talking about marketing rollouts, right? The thing that stood out to me, going back to her previous albums, actually going back to her previous two albums, is that her self-titled album, Beyonce, I think that came out in 2013, 14. She just put that out the blue. And that really changed the game of how people put out their projects. And each song from the project had a visual that dropped on the same day that the project released. And then maybe 3-4 years after that, she dropped her album Lemonade, and that didn't have an out the blue rollout, but it did. It did have an out the blue rollout. So she dropped a documentary on HBO talking about her life, and then right after that came out, and that had the same amount of hype as the other projects. But what is different about this one is, actually let's just get into it. The announcement. Let me pull it up real quick. So the announcement came, and she really, let's backtrack just a second. So if you follow Beyonce on social media, you will know that she is good for only posting, dope photos, but she only posts them rarely, right? So, and then she'll go through and kind of scrub her account. So this is what she did. She scrubbed her account of all most recent photos. And then on June 16th, she started to post a whole bunch of photos from her Vogue photo shoot, which are all different photos. She could have just used a carousel, but who am I to tell Beyonce what to do, right? But she just kept posting about 8 or 9 different photos, right? And then she posted that the album was coming out. And let me tell you what it says, right? So it's a photo of her pretty much butt naked on a glass horse, and it says Act 1, Renaissance, 729. Let's break that down for a quick second, right? It's even though it's something small. So first, if you say something is Act 1, that means that there's more acts to come, right? So that already got people excited about Act 1. So people have, I've seen think pieces about how many acts going to be, what are the acts going to consist of? Is it going to be a tour? Is it going to be a merch drop? Is it going to be different types of albums, different genres of albums? And all that does is get people excited about checking it out, right? So what she did, one, just saying Act 1 is building up anticipation for multiple projects to come out. That is the key thing to any rollout, is to build anticipation, which she did. The photo, which now that the album is out, is the cover photo, but it's something that just completely stands out. Even with her photos that are usually more over the top, this one completely stands out. Black background, glass horse. We're like, who gets a glass horse? Where do you get a glass horse from? And then you have her in very scantily clad, sitting on top of a horse. Body's looking great, by the way. And let's break down the cover art real quick. When you have a piece of cover art that just fully stands out, like it could be a piece of artwork on its own, people are going to want to keep sharing it. If you got a trash photo trying to promote something, it's not going to get the same traction because it doesn't look as good. So always invest in your cover art, because that is what's going to sell it. People are visual creatures. So make sure you have cover art that stands out. No matter what you do, if you're writing a book, if you're dropping an album, a single, if you're even having a billboard in your city, make sure the artwork stands out. So that was the announcement. Okay, so the next part, let's talk about the single. All right, so we all know Beyonce can sing. She's put out some of our favorite songs. I'm not even like the biggest of Beehive fans or, Beyonce fans. I'm not a member of the Beehive.
Everything was just so perfectly calculated and thought out. And I am just in awe.
But I know that she puts out some of the greatest songs of our generation, right? So she dropped a single, Break My Soul, and it was something completely different than what she would normally do. It was a full dance song, like that type of music, right?
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
And since it was something that was completely left field for her, I don't even think it was really left field for her, but I just think it's something different than what people expect. This gets people speculating. This gets people talking. This gets people wondering, is the full album going to be this way? Maybe it's just a single. Did she do this because Drake dropped his album? No. But it just gets people talking. It gets the conversation started. And so tip for all you creators, your craft has to get people talking. If people aren't talking or saying something about what you got going on, then it's not going to move how you want it to move. And even though this might be easy for her because she's the biggest artist in the world, she could have just put out something lazy and just like, all right, here. But no, she put out something that pushed her creative boundaries. And with that, it gets people talking. All right, so next, let's talk about the images that's leading up to it. These are important because if you're not doing a lot of pressing, if you are one of the biggest artists in the world, right, you have to put content out there. Like, once again, I feel like content is king. You have to keep putting out content that kind of get people excited. When you, like I said, when you are the biggest artist in the world, you don't have to do much. You don't got to do a whole bunch of interviews, even though these things would be great. You don't have to. You can legit post a dope photo, a photo that stands out, and it's going to get the traction. It's going to get people talking. And that's what she did. She posted this one photo of her with a disco ball over her, giving, you know, a lot of Donna Summer vibes. And she got one of her titties out, right? But she got her hand covered, real classy. Classy but raunchy at the same time, real little Kimbish. And that was a photo. And that photo got 3.4 million likes on it. So it gets people talking. So if you're an artist about to put some stuff out, don't give me, you know, general lifestyle photos. Give me something over the top. Give me something when I look at it, it's gonna say like, yo, what the hell is going on? Because if you're just doing general stuff, it's not gonna get people excited. And that's the whole purpose of rolling out content, that you have to get people excited. And the last part that I just want to talk about real quick is the leak. So this doesn't really happen with Beyonce, but her album leaked, probably like a day or two before it actually is supposed to come out. Once again, I'll say this normally does not happen. But when it did happen, she put out a post talking to her fans about it. I'm gonna read it for you real quick. So the album leaked and you all actually waited until the proper release time so you can all enjoy it together. I've never seen anything like it. I can't thank you enough for your love and protection. I appreciate you for calling out anyone else trying to sneak into the club early. It means the world to me. Thank you for your unwavering support. Thank you for being patient. We're gonna take our time and enjoy the music. I will continue to give my all and my best to bring you joy. I love you deep. So this was important to me because she has a fan base, the Beehive.
It's everything we needed as music lovers. It's everything.
I love the Beehive. Please don't attack me.
Wanna rumble with the beat, huh?
Doing messages like this when you have strong supporters just means that you're talking directly to your fan base. You're not talking to the people who like you somewhat. They're cool with you. You're talking to people who will, you know, ride for you to the ends of the earth. So every once in a while, you have to do that. You can, even this wasn't a super deep message. It's just something that says like, you know what, I see you guys. I appreciate you guys for what you do. And now it's time to kind of give you, you know, what I've been working on. And once again, this builds up your momentum. Because this probably got a lot of shares as well, because people who are Beehive members, they felt like they were seen, they felt like they were being talked to, and that just made them want to ride for her even more. So yeah, so the album came out last Friday, and it's probably gonna do a gang of numbers. Like everybody I've seen so far who listened to it, they liked it.
This could have been an epic failure, but honey, once again, you understood the assignment.
But I haven't heard it. Actually, I've heard like 2 or 3 songs, and they sound pretty good. They sound like your standard Beyonce song. But to me, like I said, once again, the marketing and the psychology of it is what really stands out for me. So yeah, I just want to do a quick video. Hopefully this video isn't super long, but I just want to do a quick video just kind of talking about and breaking down the rollout of Beyonce's Renaissance. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go over here and check out the next video where I talk about content. I talk about entrepreneurship. I talk about, you know, building up my business. Whatever that video is, you're going to enjoy it. So go ahead and check that out. And you guys, be safe.